I just played an absolutely filthy blitz game, and I got to show you guys. Let's jump in. So this is blitz. My blitz rating, like mid 1700s at the moment. King's pawn. Opponent goes French defense. I have been getting absolutely destroyed by the French defense for whatever reason at this level. People are playing a lot more, and they're really good. And I don't know what to do. Naroditsky said to play the Tarrasch variation, which I had been for a while, but I kept getting wrecked. So this game, I decided to mix it up. Advanced French, which is when you push the pawn. And play continues. Get the knight out, help defend the pressure on d4. Queen b6. These are the typical moves that add all this pressure here, and I never know what to do because, like, how do you can't develop the knight or the bishop now because then they take, and then if you develop the knight here, then you're kind of blocking the queen's defense, which is what I did in the game. But it's like I don't know what to do. So yeah, I guess you have to do a3, and I guess I vaguely remember there's some like b4 ideas, and I don't know. I need to learn French defense better. If you guys have any recs, let me know down in the comments. Any video recommendations or anything like that. Opponent takes on d4. We recapture. Knight recaptures. And yeah, I think I'm basically just losing a pawn here. I recaptured. They recaptured. And in this position, I realized like, oh, I really messed up. Because number one, they're attacking this pawn. If I want to defend it with my knight, then they're going to remove my castling rights. And I'm currently down a pawn. So that's not good. So what did I do here? Oh yeah, I went for the check here because I want to make sure that they can't castle. So bishop b5 check, they have to cover. And okay, at least black can't castle. Their king's in the middle of the board, and currently their king and queen are on the same file. So I decided to, you could go here now, and okay, we also lose castling rights. But the thing is, we're still down a pawn here. Yeah, the engine hates this. And I just didn't feel like I was going to have any initiative. So instead, I decided to castle and go down 2 pawns. And yeah, the computer, I guess, didn't like this. But basically now I'm just going to like target the crap out of this black queen. So first move should be very natural. We want to untangle all our pieces, right? So bishop's not developed. Knight is not developed. Queen's not developed. These rooks aren't doing anything. So we got to untangle. First move, let's go rook e1 and just boom, hit the queen. Knight f3 would have also been a good move. Queen goes d4. And I realized like, oh man, my position's still really uncomfortable because I wanted to like fianchetto, but I can't do that because my rook is hanging. So I realized, let's see, what did I do here? Okay, I moved my rook. This wasn't the best move. I think there were better options, as we'll see in a second. Bishop out to c5, adding pressure here to my f2 pawn. And it's not super easy to defend this. I went queen f3, which I was actually very proud of this move in the game because it's really helping me untangle. I'm defending this. I'm attacking here. I'm also now threatening this knight fork. So opponent goes knight out, which makes sense, just trying to continue developing. But now I get the knight fork in, and I can remove black's most active piece, the bishop on c5. At least most active minor piece. The queen is quite active. And it's kind of hard for the queen to find a square to move to. I was hoping they would go to b4, which is what they did in the game, because then I can target them again with bishop d2. I think instead, let's see, what did computer say? Oh, wow. Computer said they wanted you to take anyways? This seems crazy. Take. Aren't they down material? Okay, I guess that liquidates. Okay. I think if I were black, I probably would have gone like queen here. Let's see if the engine says this is horrible. Yeah, no, I think this is better because then after takes, you haven't helped white develop. Versus in the game, they go b4, helping me develop my bishop. They have to move the queen again, and now I remove their strongest piece with check. They recapture, and now, again, we target the queen. We get the rook into the game, rook bc1, boom, hitting the queen. Queen's got to move again. Now, with that same theme, what do you guys want to play here as white? So we've got everything basically developed, and now you want to think about how to infiltrate into your opponent's camp and keep applying pressure. So what would you guys play here? I'll give you 5 seconds. In the game, I played bishop f4, which I felt very strong. So first of all, we're just improving the activity of the bishop. We're hitting the queen again, just relentlessly attacking this queen. They can't push because we could take with the bishop or even take with a rook. So they kind of have to move the queen again, which they did in the game, queen b6. And now the bishop is controlling this square, so we can jump in with our rook c7 check. Very active. I think black should have sacrificed here and basically just gone down like the one pawn from this exchange. And this is what the computer recommended. Because, I mean, it's still a game here. Like, you know, I don't have a ton of pieces. I do have a queen, but if you look at the material, my opponent's still up a pawn and like their pawns are connected and stuff. So I think that's what they should have done. They probably felt like, you know, they're up 2 pawns. Maybe they just wanted to hold on in the material. So they go king back. And now I'll give you guys another 5 seconds. How do you want to follow this up? So computer said that actually rook takes f7 was the strongest. I played rook ec1 to double up, solidifying, cementing this rook on c7. My opponent goes rook e8. And now they're kind of threatening. They want to come in, like, try to trade off some of this pressure. So how are you guys going to follow this up now? You have the initiative, but you can't just play calm moves or else black is going to liquidate everything. So what do you play now? I played queen g3. Computer doesn't love this for whatever reason. Let's see, what was the best move? Oh, they wanted this. But then I just take, I don't know. Queen g3. My idea is, number 1, I'm cementing further aid on this rook. Number 2, I'm attacking this pawn. Number 3, if they come in for the fork, which I was worried about earlier on, then we have a check and we can get out of the fork so they don't get rid of our very strong bishop. That seems insane. I'm going to take their knight. I guess that just shows you how bad their position is here. So yeah, queen g3. Opponent goes rook e7, and here's where I realized that I don't know if they can really even take this rook, because if they take, I take with the bishop with check, forking the king and the queen. Like, let's say I make a move. If they take, boom, check. And we're scooping up the queen. So what do you guys want to play here to keep adding pressure to the attack? I went queen takes g7. So we're taking a pawn, we're attacking the back rank, we're attacking the knight. Black's king is just stuck here. This rook is cemented. Like, everything is just insane right now. The black's position is just like so awkward and so they're just trapped, really. So black, I mean, what would you guys play here as black? Like, there's like no moves. So they decided to go knight e8, which is logical. You're attacking the queen, you're getting your knight out of danger, you're protecting the back rank. Makes a lot of sense to me. And now here's where you need to find a really strong move for white. Probably my favorite move of this game. That's just utter domination. So it's white to play. Take like 5 or 10 seconds and really think about, like, what would you play here? Because I mean, it feels like you should be mating them soon, but, you know, they're threatening to take this knight multiple ways. And what are you going to do? The move I played in the game, queen c1, or sorry, queen f8, pinning the knight, threatening to take here with mate. If they take this way, which I think they should have done, then they're still getting forked. They still can't take with the knight because this is pinned, so then they're going to basically lose everything. This is what they should have done, though, I think. When I was in the game, this is what I felt they should have done, and the computer agrees. And basically from here, like, we're still playing chess. Like, I'm up 2 pawns, but they still have, you know, a rook and a knight. Their pawns are relatively connected. They have 2 central pawns. This one's a passed pawn. So we're still playing chess from there. I think that's what they should have done. But they're like almost in Zugzwang, which means like they have like no moves. Like every move they make practically like makes their position worse. I mean, like I'm threatening mate here, so they have to do something about that. And they played the only like logical kind of way to defend this without giving up the queen. And they went rook to d7. And now how do you guys want to continue adding fuel to this fire? I mean, just look at this black king, just totally hemmed in by this rook is cemented here. The queen is cemented here. And now it's time to bring the final piece into the attack. Bishop g5, check. And this diagonal is just too weak. There's nothing black can do to stop this. So they went pawn up. We take again because the knight is still pinned by the queen. Check. Basically, it's forced. They have to block with the rook. And then we can take with our choice of piece here. But I think whenever you can mate with a bishop, you got to mate with a bishop. So an absolutely filthy one. Just utter domination. Let's take just a quick recap from where the problem started for black. I mean, here, up to kind of this point, like my position's very awkward. I mean, the black king's in the middle, but like, you know, everything here is just uncoordinated. But really the problem started right around here. Once they started letting me hit their queen, and I think it was a series of moves where they kind of put their queen in a slightly vulnerable position. So like here, I would have gone queen c4. Here they gave me initiative, so now I get my bishop out. Then I take the bishop. Then I hit the queen again, which was forced. They couldn't have controlled that. But then they go to a square that I can attack again, activating my bishop further to f4. And then we get this check. And again, they probably should have taken there. So that's another mistake by my opponent, is being perhaps too attached to their queen. So just trade here, go down the 1 pawn for this 8 for 9 trade. And we cemented the rooks here, just tightening down the screws on their position. Their king can't castle, their king stuck on the back rank, stuck in the middle. Rook comes over, creating additional threats, trying to figure out how to infiltrate, get the queen involved. And we realized that this wasn't like a real threat, quote unquote. They still should have probably done this trade and again, traded the queen for everything. But they were perhaps too attached, and maybe they felt like, okay, this knight move is so strong, forking us. But that's where we have to just keep tightening down the screws. So queen f8, just absolutely paralyzing everything in black's position. This rook is so dominant. The king is stuck. We're threatening mate. They should have taken our rook somehow. The computer says queen takes first. I'm not sure why. I feel like, well, maybe there's some checks or something. So yeah, maybe queen takes first. But yeah, they tried to, hold their position, and they just overlooked that this diagonal was just totally fatal. They're just paralyzed. That's part of the thing too, is like you feel like, oh, well, I can push the pawn. No, we're going to take it again. You're still paralyzed here. You have to block and then just get mated. So I hope you guys enjoyed that one. Drop a like if you did. If you want to catch more episodes like this, make sure you are subscribed to the channel, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks a lot.